I swear this is a Pokemon Champions video. I just have a bit of a story to tell for the team that I'm going to end up using today. So we're in Pokemon Legends ZA, and after doing the mono singles team challenge, I figured, hey, why not try doubles, right? And in order to do that, I wanted to try and get myself a shiny Drampa, because I was figuring out, what normal types I can use in Champions, and I figured a Mega Drampa team would be kind of cool. So I went to go and shiny hunt, and I've never shiny hunt before. And of course, as is the case with this game, you find other shinies, like this Frofro that I randomly found while shiny hunting. And then I found 2 other Frofro, and also 2 shiny Aldernos. So I went on an insane shiny streak, I guess. But, eventually I did end up getting the Drampa. I was hoping to get an Alpha, but we have the Drampa, which was great. However, then I had an insane series of events after that. As I was trying to find a place to take a good photo of this new Drampa, take a picture on it and posted it on Twitter, I was going to the spot that I kept going back and forth to get it to spawn, and then I heard the shiny chime, and of course it was this massive Alpha Garbodor, which was kind of crazy that just popped up back to back. Then as I was like, man, I gotta take a picture of this Garbodor, this little shiny whatchamacallit showed up, and that was kind of crazy. Then I was like, alright, that's insane. I'm walking around, I'm taking pictures, starstruck that I've seen so many shinies in a row. Then I walked by, and I went by one of the areas, and I was like, oh man, I could maybe catch a shiny for my fiance. She really likes this specific Pokemon, and lo and behold, the alpha version, or the pre-evolution of it, shows up shiny as well. So we managed to go ahead and catch that as well. And then, of course, once I finally take a picture of that, in the corner of my eye, I see a shiny Furfrou yet again, so I'm at 4 Furfrou now. And of course, it didn't stop there. I ended up finding eventually a shiny Ghastly, just randomly at night while I was chilling, and then as I was buying some, I think, clothes or something, I kept hearing the shiny sound above me, and on top of me in the building, I managed to catch it just in time, was this shiny Dedenne. So I had an insanely lucky streak with shinies. And going back to Champions, instead of doing a mono normal team for doubles, we're gonna do a team using all of the shinies that I've caught, or specifically only using the shinies that I just caught. So here's the team that I came up with, and I was originally using the Watchog, but I swapped it out with the Alderno here. Originally, when I was building the mono normal doubles team, it was focusing on Drampa and Alderno, so it's kind of funny that I managed to get both of them in shiny. And sorry for my voice sounding weird. I'm not like sick, but I had like a cough, and I'm like coughing out phlegm and whatnot. Otherwise I'm fine, it's just I sound like crap, so sorry about that. But I also just realized that the Drampa didn't have the right EV spread, so I've actually been playing this handicap, so presumably we should actually be way stronger than we were before, so which makes a lot of sense. But anyways, the main goal of this team is of course to have Drampa, Mega Drampa, and then have it set up with a Trick Room so it can go first and just sweep. Mega Drampa has access to the Berserk ability, which just means whenever it lowers or it takes a hit and its HP goes lower than a half, it gets a special attack boost. Normal Drampa actually has access to this ability, but I'm going with the Cloud 9 ability instead, because there are opportunities where I can make my opponent not have access to weather, and it's a little bit beneficial. Like there was a time where I fought a Raichu that tried to use Thunder in the rain, but it actually missed thanks to the Cloud 9, and it let me set up the Trick Room easily. But Drampa just, tries to be a huge special attack sweeper. It has access to spread, Heat Wave, and then Stab, Dragon Pulse, and Hyper Voice, which Alderno can boost after it sets up the Trick Room and actually has access to Helping Hand to help it deal even more damage. And then finally we have the Heal Pulse. So Heal Pulse is a move that lets you target a Pokemon on the field, except itself I think, and heal it by 1/2 of its HP. I might change this for Life Dew, we'll see, but the whole point of this is to make it so that Drampa can get a Berserk boost at less than half, heal it back up to, ideally almost full, and then get hit again to get another Berserk boost. So I can just keep getting snowballing, getting a lot stronger. I wish there was a way to make it a lot bulkier, is what I said in a previous recording of this, and that's when I noticed for whatever reason I was max attack EVs and not max special attack. So I've been using this and thinking like, this is like okay, but I feel like Drampa should be hitting a lot harder than it is. Now I know why. Then my second backup Trick Room Stripper on the physical side is the Garbodor. So Garbodor's not super good. It has access to Stench, which makes it so that any move that doesn't flinch actually has a 10% chance to flinch. So we combo that with a King's Rock and a Rock Blast, which makes it that every hit of Rock Blast essentially has a 20% chance to make the opponent flinch, which is kind of crazy when we can actually get that off. Of course, we need to go first to do that, which is why, thanks to Garbodor's garbage speed, we have the Trick Room to help us out. We have the Drain Punch just for coverage and to try and stay alive, and then the Stab Poison Jab. On the other side of this, we have the Crocodile, who is, I've tried a bunch of different things. Specifically, my main game plan is I was going to have the two at the top, right, Drampa and Aldino, and then as backup, I was going to have Crocodile with Moxie and Earthquake, and then have Dedenne with Focus Sash and Endeavor. So I was going to go ahead and use the Earthquake, ideally KO something, get a Moxie boost, and then Dedenne could survive with the Focus Sash and then use Endeavor on something else to lower its HP. But they still kind of work together where Dedenne has the Electro Web to try and lower the opponent's speed, as well as Nuzzle to paralyze them so that I can pick them off, and then just Dazzling Gleam for coverage. And it has a Citrus Berry because Cheek Pouch lets it heal a little extra once it eats a berry. But rather than doing an Intimidate Crocodile, which I tried with like Choice Scarf to like switch it in and out, I have here a setup one, which basically has Scale Shot to try and pick something off, raise its speed, with the Scale Shot, and then because I killed something, I get the Moxie boost to raise my attack as well. And then he just, or she, sorry, has just amazing coverage because Throat Chop, he just hits so many things really well, especially because it's Stab and it turns off Hybrid Voice and stuff. We also have high horsepower and Rock Slide, so extremely good coverage on the Crocodile. And then in the last spot, I have the Gengar. Originally, I was using Gengar and Drampa as my lead, using Gengar to set up Trick Room, but because no one else had access to Trick Room other than Aldino. And it wasn't really working well. So Gengar is kind of just there. Honestly, I can probably do way more with Gengar. I'm not fully utilizing Gengar at all. But right now, it's really just there to set up Sun in case like I have to deal with Archaludon or anything like that. And it had access to Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb, and that's about it. I originally had it with the Mega Stone as well, as like sort of like to have two different modes for this team, but we might sort that up, we'll see. Alright, let's get into some battles. Sorry for taking so long. Alright, so unfortunately we might have a Trick Room team because the Sinistcha can set up Trick Room and have the Golurk and the Stunfish, which I've actually been considering messing around with because it kind of counters the Archaludon. But they have Archaludon and the Rain, of course, and then the Sinistcha to heal it, and they also have access to maybe a Mega Hawlucha as well, which has like no guard, but presumably it might be on Burden, and they have instead the Mega Golurk. All that to say is I think we'll go with the same team here. I think now that I have actual right special attack IVs, I think we can actually KO Archaludon with a Dragon Pulse. So we'll go ahead and set up Trick Room, do that. I don't think Garbodor's looking super strong here. It does kind of resist some stuff, so I guess we'll bring it around and we'll bring in Crocodile. This is typically the team that I bring, and I never really use these guys down here. Sometimes I'll bring in Dedenne, but yeah. My main focus has just been that top four, and the other ones are kind of just there for niche situations. Dedenne is not very good, so there's not really much I can do with that. I kind of still want to go ahead and use that silly Endeavor strategy, but I don't think it'll work out. Gengar is actually good, but I'm just not using him well. So this could be No Guard Fissure, which is kind of annoying because I really don't have an answer for that. Aside from Drampa perhaps being able to just go through this, but we're going to go ahead and try and do our usual strategy here. And set up Trick Room, which maybe I shouldn't do that. I think Drampa is still slower than Sunfish, but Sunfish is hella slow. So we're gonna go ahead and use Protect. And then they're presumably gonna, no, they're actually gonna high jump kick. Okay, thank God. They high jump kicked into the Drampa, which counts as a miss, so they take a bunch of hits. And they're actually just gonna go straight for the fissure. Not even give the the no guard, which is interesting. Alright. Then we're gonna go ahead and Mega Evolve here. Now that we have the Hawlucha at half, we should be able to take that out. I always have to go back and make sure I actually Mega Evolve, because there are times where it just doesn't happen and I'll just sit here like a dumbass. Alright, so let's go ahead and use Hyper Voice. They're gonna go ahead and switch out. Hopefully they don't bring the Sinistra. Okay, they actually bring out the Pelipper. That's fine. They're gonna set up the Rain, which is totally fine. They're gonna get rid of the Hawlucha, and they're gonna bring in the Archaludon. Okay, that's not super great, but that's fine. We can deal with that. Because they're both gonna take a massive hit from the Hyper Voice. Maybe not so much the Archaludon, because it does resist it. But that just means that the Dragon Pulse will kill it next turn. So we're gonna go ahead and Helping Hand here. And actually move last, even though we're under Trick Room. But we're gonna obliterate the Pelipper. It's gonna survive perhaps with a Focus Sash. Yeah, it's gonna survive with its Focus Sash here. It's not gonna set up a Tailwind, obviously, because it'll just die to that. Or it'll just not die to that, it'll just slow itself down, essentially. So we're just gonna go here for the Dragon Pulse here. I kind of want to go Draining Kiss into the Pelipper, if I'm being honest. I know a Dragon Pulse from Archaludon does not kill me. And I don't know really what this Pelipper is going to do other than try and throw out a Weather Ball. They already set up the Rain, so they're kind of useless. Or they can try and save it for later. In which case they can maybe throw out the Hawlucha. Maybe it'll get wrecked by the Draining Kiss. Probably not. So that should get rid of the Archaludon, which is great. Fucking hate that thing with a fiery passion. So I'm glad we can take that out. And then the Draining Kiss is going to go ahead and clean up the Pelipper. That's why I don't have Protect on Audino, because I feel like I need at least some sort of attacking move that does damage here. And the Draining Kiss is maybe not the best option. I can, I don't learn Moonblast, but I didn't want to have a normal type move in case like I get walled out by a Ghost type. I just wanted to create, prevent, I should say, non-games from happening, where there's like situations where I just can't attack into something, right? I don't want that to happen. So I just give a Draining Kiss. I can go for the Dazzling Gleam though. I might try doing that, we'll see. So that should at least kill the Hawlucha. Yeah, the Stunfisk is going to survive. It could throw off the Fissure here and maybe hit it. But we'll see what they'll end up doing here. They actually do hit the Raw Dog Fissure and fucking murder Audino here with a one-hit kill. Pretty sure Audino was like at full health too. So just obliterated the poor little fella. But that's fine. I do kind of wish I could mess around with Mega Audino, because I've been having, I don't know if fun's the right word, but Audino has been amazing on this team. It's been working out so well. It's so bulky. It has so many good support options. It's been amazing. But we're gonna go. It actually survives, and then it's gonna go first here. Throw out the Scald, which is actually gonna kill the Crocodile. I guess under the Rain. Yeah, that makes sense. And it got a crit. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And the dimensions are going to turn back to normal. So it's actually faster than Drampa now. Because it's actually slightly faster. But then that should mean that this should... I mean, I guess I can go for Hyper Voice unless it, like, terrain switches into a Ghost type. We're going to go for this here. Because Rock Blast can miss. And yeah, we are faster, and that's gonna clean up the game from this scary ass Stunfisk. That took out 2 for my Pokemon. Alright, so that kind of went as planned for the most part. We have kind of the same setup here. They actually have a Crocodile of their own. I'm kind of hoping they bring it so I can see what other people are doing with Crocodile. But they have 2 possible leads. They can set up Pelipper and Blastoise, or Pelipper and Archaludon. They could also, actually 3 possible leads, because they can basically also do Pelipper and then have the Palfin in the back. So they have a lot of water coverage here. So maybe it's time for the Dedenne to come through, actually. It's not good into anything else other than that. but it can throw out electro webs, which is kind of nice. So maybe we'll do that. I don't think the Garbodor's super good into anything else, especially since they have 2 steel types. Nothing here really takes a rock blast, you know. Well, other than the Pelipper, and that's kind of it. So we'll actually bring in the Dedenne and see what Dedenne can do. I've been considering, like, it's funny because Dedenne can't really do a lot. It doesn't have great stats. It doesn't have a great speed tier. It's like 101 or like 102 base or something like that, which is like tied with Garchomp, I think, or it might be a little less. So it doesn't do anything super crazy, unfortunately, but it does have access to some decent moves. It has good typing, and Electric Fairies is not bad at all, right? So we'll just do the same game plan. We'll remove the effects of weather. They will possibly just go for Tailwind, and the... No, they'll just manually switch out. Okay, probably into Archala. No, into the Tinkaton. Okay. That's kind of annoying, because I can't really hit that super hard, and the rain weakens my Heat Wave, but we'll see how this goes. One of the good things about Audino is that people don't expect Audino to have Trick Room, so they typically don't go for Audino, and of course it's only weak to Fighting type moves, and not everyone is carrying that as much, aside from like the Sneasler, so we can usually set up Trick Room pretty easily here. So I could go for a Heat Wave, because that's my only damage move that I can do into this Tinkaton. It's gonna smack the fuck out of me with that hammer, and unfortunately I can't use Dragon Pulse. Yeah, so that thing just hard counters me here. I can just go for just some spread damage here, or I can just swing in. I guess we go for the Hyper Voice here, and then see if maybe I can get in the Crocodile here, because yeah, that Tinkaton kind of completely counters us right now, unless Crocodile can survive and do something here. Well, we'll see. Tinkaton's another Pokemon that I wish I could mess around with. I haven't been able to play as much as actually an Ultra Ball, but I want to start playing this a lot more. I kind of took a small break, but we have the okay, we do survive that because that's not stab, thankfully. It's not half, it's a little more than half, unfortunately. It is going to lower its speed, which may matter. Unfortunately, it went Weather Ball into the Audino, so Crocodile is now fucking dead. Oh no! That is unfortunate. So unfortunately, Audino is just gonna have to carry, or sorry, Audino's gonna have to carry Drampa to carry us through this. Alright, so we can go for a Heat Wave here, see what that does. I'm a little scared of them hitting us with a hammer, so I'm actually gonna go for a Heal Pulse here. They actually did go for the Wide Guard here. Stupid ass Pelipper. Hey, fucking Pelipper. Stupid bastard. Alright. So that's gonna block for both sides, unfortunately. We're gonna go ahead and use the Heal Pulse here to bring us back to basically full, right? Yeah, and then they're gonna go for another Ice Hammer here, which is gonna put us basically exactly where we were. They are gonna lower their speed again, which is really annoying because they might be able to outspeed soon. Tinkaton's not like slow or anything like that. I could go for another Heat Wave here, and then try and use the Helping Hand. They can't Wide Guard twice in a row. And what did they start with? I'm trying to remember what they started with. Oh, it was the right. The Palfin, that's what they had. So they have the Palfin in the back. We're going to lower our attack, which does not matter. We're going to Helping Hand here. Unfortunately, the Pelipper lives to see another day here. And it's just going to be basically like a neutral Heat Wave, I guess. Yeah, because that's the only thing I can do to hit this Tinkaton here. It's going to go back up. They're going to hit me with another Ice Hammer, which I should survive. But then that is going to bring us to Berserk range, which is good. I guess I just go for another Heat Wave. I don't know. Or I can Dragon Pulse into this thing, try and kill it. Because I definitely should be faster than that. Not Helping Hand, but let's try and go ahead and use a Heal Pulse here. That Tinkaton is obnoxious that it keeps lowering speed. Because it's going to get to the point where it's going to be able to outspeed us. Yep. Thankfully, it fucking missed! Oh my god. So it did end up getting to the point where it can outspeed us. This damn crocodile is gonna survive with 1 HP. We're gonna heal pulse. Bring us up back to half. They're gonna knock off our leftovers, which is super unfortunate. So we're not gonna be able to heal here, and they're gonna use their shell bell to go back to that. The rain is gonna stop, so now Heat Wave actually does something. And we're going to go ahead and protect, I guess. And I guess I can set up Trick Room again, but this thing is gonna outspeed me, so I don't really want to use Trick Room just yet. I can't protect and heal pulse, which is really annoying because they count as like I guess like a damaging move, which is dumb. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get rid of the crocodile. Give it a big old smooch. No, they're gonna switch into the Pelipper, I guess. Yeah. We can smooch that, but we're not gonna be able to kill it. And then I know that Drampa can outspeed. No, that's not enough. I am going to be able to heal a little bit from that, which is kind of nice. We are going to be able to outspeed the Tinkaton. I just don't have anything to fucking hit that thing with, bro. This sucks. I could go for another Heat Wave. It only did like 20%. So I think I survive. But then they could go for stupid ass. They go for a stupid ass wide guard. So I survive. I get a berserk boost, and the next turn I outspeed. Right, we're not in the trick room here. We're not in the trick room. Okay. So what I could do is I can helping hand here, unless they double into the Drampa. But let's helping hand. Then let's see what Pelipper is gonna do here. It is going to use the wide guard, I thought so. We'll go for the Heat Wave, which unfortunately gets blocked by this garbage. And then they go for an Iceheimer, which puts us into Berserk range again. And powers us up. I don't know if this thing has an attacking move, which is really obnoxious. But I have no way to heal. They can very easily, I think, go for a Weather Ball and KO, which really sucks. Had I set up the Trick Room there, this damn thing would still be faster than us. I think I just have to go for a Heat Wave and hope that it does something here. Because I can't kill the Pelipper. Pelipper outspeeds. Pelipper is going to move first. It can go for a Weather Ball. I do resist it, but it's in the range, so it's going to kill Drampa. Drampa can protect, but that just buys us a turn. I can set up the Trick Room, but the Tinkaton is still faster. So, yeah, I just have to hope that it just doesn't kill us, and then that... Oh, it could switch! That could work out too. And they're gonna throw out the Crocodile here. Okay. And then now we can Helping Hand Heat Wave. Ideally with these two boosts, even in the rain, we can murder this Tinkaton finally? Yes. Okay, jeez. Whew. Does that thing not have an attacking move? Because they had me in checkmate. Had they just used the Pelipper to do, you know, anything. But alright, so now they're gonna go Palfin and Pelipper. Because that's all they have in the back. Yep. Alright, so now we have this thing to deal with. I could go for like a strong move into us on the Drampa side. So let's see if we can set up, or sorry, on the Aldino side. They could if they have like a close combat or something. I don't know if it learns with close combat. They usually go for like Drain Punch, right? And that is Stab, which is really gonna suck. So let's see if we can set up this Trick Room and then just let Drampa Dragon Pulse through everything. Alright, so we'll protect with Drampa, make sure it survives here. They're going to go for Wide Guard. Okay, so the Pelipper is useless, and they can't go for it next turn, which is great. They're actually going to go for the Ice Punch, because they're going to hard target the Drampa, who now I think has 2 boosts, and we're going to go ahead and set up Trick Room, which now means we're the fastest thing on the board with the Drampa. And they probably bounce from here, because we have +2, and they blew their Wide Guard prematurely. So presumably this Helping Hand double special attack boosted Hyper Voice will destroy them unless they go for a Protect, in which case presumably Pelipper does not have Protect. Wide guard and protect is kind of crazy. But we're going to go ahead and help in hand here. And they're going to go ahead and actually protect on the Palfrin, as I expected. That probably has protect. And then the Drampa is going to go ahead and just Exodia obliterate this fucking Palfrin. This has been so annoying the last 2 fights. And the rain is going to go away, so I could go ahead and go for a heat wave here, but I think we'll go for the single target hyper voice. I don't know which one of them does more damage, but they could go for like Aqua Jet, or they have another move, right? They have a water move that's also priority for them specifically, but that shouldn't kill us because we resist water thanks to the dragon typing. So we'll go ahead and helping hand here, unless this is secretly a Zork illusioned into a fairy type. This Dragon Pulse should obliterate it, even though Palfin is kind of bulky. And that's going to be the game. That was kind of scary, but thankfully things went our way. Alright, so it looks like we have possibly Trick Room on their side as well, because again, the Gerlich is slow, Sinistcha can set it up, and the Hisuian, the Decidueye can also set up, or sorry, is also slow. I know also the Meowstic can set up Trick Room. I can also set up Psychic Terrain, but I don't see that happening. And then of course they have super fast Pokemon as well. So of course the Sneaser's a big issue here. Not really a lot that I can do to it. And yeah, I feel like we just go, maybe let's try this. Because again, Carboard is not looking super good here. Throat Chop is pretty good into Gerlich and into the Sinistcha. We also have, I wanted to give this close combat, which is why I had the White Orb originally. But I took out close combat for Scale Shot. So we'll see if this works. Otherwise, I don't really know what they're going to set up on us. I could also bring the Gengar in the back to switch out, maybe protect the Aldino in case they try to go for some shenanigans. Maybe we can try that. See how that works? Alright, so we both have a 2-win streak. They are a Scizor Enjoyer and I'm an Arcanine Enjoyer. Arcanine beats Scizor easily. So let's see how this goes. So yeah, looks like they might end up setting Trick Room for us here, in which case I might be able to remove it. I don't see why else they would lead these two if not for that, right? So maybe we just go ahead and Mega Evolve here. Go for the Heat Wave. They could go for... maybe not. Maybe not. They could Mega Evolve, go for the Unseen Fist. Maybe that's fine, honestly. Yeah, let's go ahead and just Mega Evolve here. And then just go ahead and help in hand this Heat Wave and see what we can do here. If they don't set up the Trick Room, then I guess that's fine. We can worry about that then. And I'm assuming they know that Grandpa's slow as hell. Right? So it seems like the obvious play. And I don't want to turn off Trick Room. So we might both be playing chicken here and not activating Trick Room, because if we both activate Trick Room, we just turn off Trick Room. And we want one of us to turn on Trick Room. But we'll see what happens here. They're going to go for Drain Punch into the Aldino. It's thankfully going to be able to survive here with a little less than half. We'll get that back after leftovers. The Sinistcha is looking like it's going last. But we just ended up killing it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Which is great. We killed that with the Heat Wave. I guess I could have kept it alive and then killed it with the Heat Wave after I set up the thing for us. So I left it at like 102. They're gonna go here with this thing. They could double into the Aldino. I don't know why they would do that. I feel like they'd try to double into the Drampa. Drampa was slower than Gerlich, and I can survive one more Drain Punch. They might. I feel like that maybe that's not the play. They could instead close combat and then Drain Punch. I don't know. Let's try to see if Gengar can do anything here. Finally, finally throw that. So they are going to go ahead and Mega Evolve here, which is a bit unfortunate because they have the Unseen Fist, which means that through Protect they do a little bit of damage. but let's see if they go for the alternate spot instead. They went for the fake out into the Drampa. Okay, so I could have set up Trick Room, and they actually went for the headlong. Yeah, I could have set up Trick Room. Damn, they did go for the headlong rush, which is not really going to do too much here. And they're going to be able to lower their special defense. So I am faster. But they do have the ability to close combat us to oblivion here. I don't have any boost yet, so I could give up the crocodile here. Maybe. And then try and throw just a shadow ball into this Gerlich here. So let's go ahead and save those guys in the back. Bring out crocodile as maybe death fodder. We're gonna shadow ball into the Gerlich, who did not protect, so it's gonna die to that. And then, presumably, they just close combat with this Sneasler here, which is just going to obliterate Crocodile, unfortunately. And it activates White Herb, make it faster than anything on the board. I don't have any specific answers for it, unfortunately. But let's see what else they have in the back here. Because I killed the Sinister and I killed the Gerlich. But... yeah, I could bring out the Aldernal. I might be able to survive close combat, and I can set up a Trick Room. Well, we'll see. Because they haven't seen me set it up yet. They're going to throw up the Meowstic. They already Mega Evolved, so this thing is just fucking sitting there, I guess. Let's go for this, and then they can maybe Psychic. I guess? Maybe? They could go for Psychic. They also have Prankster, so maybe they can try and do something with that. But presumably, no matter what, both of their Pokemon should be faster than ours, I guess. So they're actually going to go for the Light Screen, which is kind of obnoxious, actually. I really don't like that, because all I have left is special attackers. We're going to... oh, we are going to die, unfortunately, to that close combat. I kind of expected that. I should have Shadow Balled into the Sneasler instead, knowing that it was going to go after me. Or before me, I should say. So that's not going to do enough here, unfortunately. And Drampa is really not going to be able to do enough to survive here. I do still have the Focus Sash set up. So let's go ahead and see if I can protect here and go for a Shadow Ball into the Sneasler. Now that they've lowered the defense, I feel like that neutralizes the Light Screen. And I assume they just go for another close combat. It looks like it's the usual set, which is just close combat, Dire Claw, Protect, and Fake Out. And not the Throat Chomp. So they're, I guess, not going to go into the Gengar, but we'll see here. They're going to set up a Reflect as well with the Meowstic, which does not matter. I don't have any physical attackers left. They're going to go ahead and go for the close combat yet again. I wonder if I should just let Drampa die, so that this would have killed this? No, unfortunately. Okay. That sucks. I could have also set up Sun afterwards to try and end this, but yeah. So presumably this Shadow Ball here will kill the Sneasler after it uses close combat to kill the Drampa. And then God knows what the Meowstic does, but I survive with 1 HP. And then they kill me after that. Unfortunately. Unless I've burned enough turns for screens to wear out, which is not possible. They're gonna go for a Light Screen again. I guess they don't have any attacking moves. Close combat into Drampa, who will die to that, unfortunately. And they're gonna lose more special defense. And we'll go for yet another Shadow Ball here into the Sneasler, which should kill it after that last boost. And then now it's just me versus the Meowstic, who, for whatever reason, has not used Psychic on us yet. So, I assume it doesn't have an attack move, and they're just going to forfeit. So, Gengar finally got to do something, I guess. You know, it was a bit of a non-fight, but oh well. Alright, let's try and do one more here. We have a super mega meta team here. Presuming it'll be the usual leads of Charizard and Venusaur, or Charizard and the Aerodactyl. Hopefully it doesn't set up... them seeing the Drampa might mean they know I'm going to set up the Trick Room. We'll see. I feel like this might be useful, the Gengar here. Maybe the Dedenne also. Interesting. Man, I really wish Crocodile was a little bit faster. We had better items. So the Dedenne is just decent because it has the Electro Web and I can hit the Charizard and the Aerodactyl and the fish, but I don't think that's really super useful. Gengar can Shadow Ball into the fish and have the Focus Sash, and that's kind of it. And then Crocodile can do damage to basically everything here. So I feel like the Crocodile's a better option. I don't think this is a good option. I guess we'll go with this, but I guess this is an okay answer into whatchamacallit, but not really. So let's go here into the Sneasler because it's a fairy type, but that doesn't make any sense. Alright, so they could also lead with the Sneasler. Again, let's see how this goes. So they have one more win streak than me. Probably gonna add on to their win streak, but we'll see. Actually, no, okay, so they go here, Venusaur, Charizard. So as long as they miss the chlorophyll, the sleep powder, right? As long as they whiff the sleep powder, either from accuracy or into the Drampa, we should be okay here. Because Charizard doesn't have anything that I can do to Drampa or Audino to kill it. They could double into the Audino, maybe that'll take it out, but we'll see. Not that it matters, but in situations like this, they're gonna go into Mega Chard Y. And they are going to set up the sun, but I'm going to remove it. So if they try to go for like a solar beam, because I have the Cloud9, it actually won't go off the same turn. They also won't have access to chlorophyll. But again, it doesn't matter because my team is dirt slow. So hopefully they go sleep powder into just the Drampa or something like that. They're going to go for the heat wave. It's not going to do as much damage, again, because it's not sun boosted. And they go for sleep powder. And yes, they went into the Drampa. Perfect. So now we can go ahead and set up a trick room, which is great. Twist the dimensions here. I could withdraw. I mean, that Heat Wave is going to do a little more damage now, which is a bit unfortunate. I can go for our own Heat Wave here, or I can try for, like... I think we go for Heat Wave. Let's try and go for a Heat Wave. We'll go for a Helping Hand boosted Heat Wave to get rid of the Venusaur, just in case it tries to go for that Sleep Powder yet again. Hopefully it doesn't have a Focus Sash. I have not seen Focus Sash Venusaur. So hopefully that is, that stays that way and I don't see it today. So we're going to Helping Hand here. Use the Sun Boosted Heat Wave against them in order to ideally take out the Venusaur. Yeah, oh my god, it survived with one. Don't say Focus Sash. Don't say a Focus Sash. Okay. Yeah, so they're gonna go Heat Wave. It's going to almost kill the Audino. It's not gonna put me in Berserk range, and they're probably just gonna throw another Sleep Powder like a big old bitch. Like the big old bitch that they are. We're gonna be able to get a little bit of HP back. We can regenerate or switch out. So we're gonna go ahead and try and protect here to burn, turn off sleep. I don't think they can kill me instantly. We can go here into the Crocodile. If we can set that up, that would be great. I can go for a Rock Slide, maybe get a double KO. I'm faster than both of these things. They could go for an Air Slash here, or they could expect me to switch, or they could just go ahead for the Heat Wave. They could Sleep Powder. They're actually going to switch, unfortunately. Probably the Garchomp. Yeah, okay, I thought so. So that thing is going to die because it has 1 HP the next time it comes in. They just go for another Heat Wave here, which is going to hurt way too much, if I'm being honest. And the Skill Shot... Skill Shot better not be like a contact move. That would be really stupid if I'm being honest. So I am faster here, so let's go for the Rock Slide here. See if we can kill the Charizard. Oh, they're going to protect. And ideally flinch the Garchomp. So we actually do wake up. We go for the Hyper Voice. They're going to protect. We're going to do a lot of damage to Garchomp here. It's going to eat stupid ass Citrus Berry to get back up. And then we're going to Rock Slide here. And ideally flinch the Garchomp so it doesn't Dragon Claw and kill Drampa. And we don't get the flinch. Instead, we lose our whole team, I guess. Because this probably kills... Oh no, we actually survive. Okay. If I have a turn, Trick Room left, we're in a good spot here, which we should. Because they Mega Evolved right away. They did, okay. So, Charizard dies. Right? Automatically dies here. Because I'm boosted. And then, I can't set up another Trick Room. But I can heal the Drampa here. Presumably, Garchomp goes for Protect. Charizard could double, try to roll for another Protect here. But double boosted Hyper Voice should clear the Charizard here. Sun is going to wear out. We're going to go ahead and Heal Pulse to bring you back up to good numbers. That Earthquake did not do a lot. So we're actually in a decent spot here. And then we'll see if we can set up another Trick Room. They have the Venusaur in the back. And then one other Pokemon that I don't know about. It's the Basculegion. Alright, so... we Protect here. And I could try and set up Trick Room again. I don't know what they're going to go for. I assume they know that I could... I would go for Trick Room again. They have the last respects. So, okay. I think I survive unless they go for like an Aqua Jet. I wish the sun was still up. Not an Aqua Jet. Because they can't last respects into Alterno. If they go for a Wave Crash into Alterno and the Earthquake, I'd probably die, or I'd just die from the Wave Crash. I thought, oh, they hit a crit. Okay. Maybe I would have survived otherwise, but maybe not. They're going to go for the Dragon Claw into the Drampa here. So now I just have to hope that... I don't know, can I go for a Heat Wave maybe? Because I can survive with this. Heat Wave, considering I have a special attack boost, I feel like that's enough for the Garchomp, right? Because it's going to give me a Dragon Claw. If I survive, I can hit it again. But they probably double into it, but they can't hit me with a water or ghost type move on this Basculegion. So this Shadow Ball should obliterate it? No. Maybe they're Choice Scarf? They're probably Choice Scarf. Alright, so the Venusaur dies. So I should have just gone for Dragon Pulse. Damn it. That's fine. They could Earthquake again. They're going to Dragon Claw. We are going to die to that. Ugh. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Even if I went for the Dragon Pulse, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, I thought I would have maybe just enough to survive, but yeah, no. I didn't have enough HP for that, unfortunately. And then, yeah. They're going to bring this thing out, and it's just going to last respects on us. I don't know. I'd try and go for a Shadow Ball here. But presumably, they can't Earthquake, so they go for like a Dragon Claw or something. Unless it's, I'm assuming it's Choice Scarf, which is why they switched. And they're going to go for the last respects. We're going to survive with our Focus Sash. We're going to, at the very least, take out... Or we're going to disable it, which is cool, I guess. We should be able to take this Basculegion out, I hope. And then, hopefully, the Garchomp does something stupid like Sword Stance. And... we survived, but no, that is going to take us out, unfortunately. Close-ish game. Unfortunate, but that is what it is. But, yep, hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and have yourselves a damn good one.